When you first open Hi-C, this is what you see. Notice the piece duration is 12 seconds. Your assignment is to compose something that's 60 to 90 seconds. So first thing I'm going to do is change this to 60 seconds, hit return. Didn't really notice any change. You're going to use two tools. This paintbrush allows you to add information. This pointer allows you to edit information. These are the two primary tools, paintbrush and select tool. So grab your paintbrush. The sound I'm going to have is by default, triangle or sine wave. There are other sounds that you can use. You can use additive sound. There's a trumpet sound. There are sampled sounds. Anything you want to. Here's a voice sound. Just see what that sounds like. So grab your paintbrush, selected a sound. Your default waveform or envelope, is this. Quick attack. Let's just see what this sounds like. We're going to draw it. Boom. Click the background. Space bar to play. That's a cool sound. A little too intense for my purposes here. Let's just go up to basic sine wave. But you are welcome to use any of these sounds that you like. All right. So grab my paintbrush, draw in a few sounds. There. Okay. If I change my duration of the piece, notice if I change this to 90 seconds, look what happens. Remember, my canvas got bigger, but my notes stayed the same duration. If I shorten my piece, making this 30 seconds, they're going to get bigger because my canvas got smaller. So just be aware of that happening. All right, I can edit these by clicking on them and dragging them. All right, I can move it closer together if I wanted to do that. All right, I can also select these as a group. Command C, Command V pastes. Grab the center dot to move it around. So if I wanted to do transposition, I just copy and paste it and move it up. Paste again. If I want to do inversion, I grab this top piece and flip it down. All right. Now I can do inversion and augmentation by stretching it, augmenting it, making it bigger, making those interval distances larger. That's one way to augment. I can uninvert, take my original, and then do an augmented version against it. So here's my prime, my original motif, and here's my augmented motif. Here it is at the original pitch level. That's starting notes the same. Here it is transposed in augmentation. All right. I can also augment it by stretching it in length, making it longer. All right, so here it is in augmentation and transposition. If this is my prime right here, so be able to point out where your prime is. All right, so I'm going to select this, copy it, paste it, and maybe I'm going to invert it. All right, and then let's grab this version of it right here, those three notes, copy it, paste it. All right, so here's a problem. That's kind of reached out of bounds. Look at this arrow here, this top bracket, bottom bracket. If I grab in the center, I can actually scroll up. If I extend this, I can actually get more room. All right, I can do diminuendo. I can make it smaller. I'm gonna make a little cloud with these guys. Just make a whole bunch of them. Just beep, 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 beep. CV, paste, and I'm grabbing the center piece to move it around. And again, this to flip it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. All right. Click the background so that it plays from the beginning. Use the pointer or click the background. If I have one selected, it's just going to play right there like that. Okay. Click the background, it's going to play everybody. All right. If you hate it, select all, delete it, or you can select one section and delete a single thing. You just click on it. I can zoom in. Also down here, I can notice I'm not looking at the whole canvas. My piece is still 30 seconds long, but now I can zoom in on a few seconds. So down here I've got at 8 seconds, this is what's going on. 8 seconds, 9 seconds, etc. If I want to, I recommend that for the most part you stay in a full view. For the most part, stay here. Zoom in as needed as you're working on things. Okay. Your waveforms are your different sounds. Do not use white noise unless it's a specific sound you're going for, but it just goes shh. Don't use it for a lot of things, right? But use any other sound you like, all right? Wind sounds, string sounds, whatever. The other area that you really need to explore is here in the envelopes, all right? Your default attack is nice. I mean, it gives you the sound right away. But this smooth attack is also cool. Let me get back on a sine wave. So here's your smooth attack sound, all right? And you've got your little percussive attack sounds that are also kind of cool. Those can be fun in clouds. And then you've got your little ramp up at the end, which is also kind of cool. But then the ones I really, really like are these complex, where you have multiple attacks. These give you like this whoa, whoa, whoa pulse sounds. You've got this guy here who does this. And you've got this quadruple attack. All right, and here's quad linked attack. Or, excuse me, envelope. These are all envelopes. Loops. I don't know what all of these do. Explore. Check it out. But let's have a listen to these. Grab your pointer. Click the background, hit the space bar. Here we go. All right. You can select these and edit them. You can stretch them out. You can move them. Okay. You can reverse them. Whatever you like. Don't like it? Hit delete. Okay. Again, your piece duration. Let me undo that so we got those back. If I change this to 60 seconds, my canvas is about to get twice as big. Watch what happens to my pieces. Hit return. Oh, wait a second. There it goes. And it got scrunched. All right. If I make it only 15 seconds, I'm going to make my canvas much smaller, and I'm going to, yeah, those guys went off the canvas. So if I want to get those notes back, make it 45 seconds, and they come back. So be aware that this up here is the size of your canvas. You are drawing on the canvas. All right. If I make this 120 seconds, and I want to work on this section here, you can zoom in using these brackets down here at the bottom. But remember, you're zoomed in. All right? If the program stops behaving the way you think it should, quit and reboot. That's why it's important to save often. All right? Good luck. Have fun. I stress again that you should work on sound design, creating waves of sounds or clusters of sounds or clouds of sounds, rather than focusing on melody or anything like that, right? Use at least 3 different waveforms, so at least 3 of these different ones, and at least 3 different envelopes, these guys down here. All right, have fun.